the patience, the wish, the creation, and the faith within. Beauty, passion, ambition, love. I am pure guidance. Success, adventure, abundance, luxury, peace. Hi Aries, and welcome back to Pure Guidance. Let's go ahead and take a look at your forecast for the month of July. Now, we're entering Cancerian energy, which is in the element of water. So you're going to be picking up on a lot of that. It's a month of emotions, it's a month of retrograde and eclipses. So there's a lot happening on that note, and looks like Eight of Pentacles is your first card out as well, indicating sudden changes. And more than likely, this is changes in the area of business, career, educational goals perhaps. You might be starting something new, starting a new internship, enrolling yourself in a different course, starting perhaps you're like an entrepreneur and you want to start something new. Something is shifting in the area of your wealth and finances. And that is what is being indicated by that particular card right there. Now, this month, this is filled with Cancerian energy. And what does that mean for you? Well, the good thing is you're both cardinal signs. And cardinal signs are all about creation, right? Creation, beginning of something new. And it's just such amazing energy to kickstart anything. Last month, June initially, we had a wonderful period to launch, right? A lot of the launches, you may have even noticed that around you, people around you, perhaps you admire. It could be like your favorite artist, your favorite business person, doesn't matter. But you might have noticed that a lot of people are launching something. It's just the energy that's in the air. So if that wasn't the month for you, then July definitely might be the month to kind of think about what you want to change or begin or initiate. Because with the Eight of Pentacles coming around, it's definitely indicating a lot of opportunities opening up to you, right? Doors once closed are now opening up. And the possibilities of that are pretty much endless. We also have here the Lover's card that just fell into place. It took a little bit of time coming out. So that means that even within your life, you may notice that perhaps things have been slow. They're taking their time to happen, to occur. Conversations specifically. Perhaps you haven't talked to your supervisor yet. Perhaps your boss hasn't approached you, or perhaps the person you wish to be communicating with, the person you want to deal with, make the deal with, cut the deal with, could be a partnership that you're looking at, because that's what's being indicated by these cards here. So along the areas of building something new in terms of partnership and coming together, this is creating a wonderful opportunity, indicating a wonderful opportunity for that to take place as well. And this is going to, it may have actually started in the Gemini season, because the Lover's card represents the zodiac sign of Gemini. And if that's the case, July is just going to be another kind of like a push forward. It's going to be a launch forward. Notice that beautiful, lovely Ten of Pentacles, which came out with a Three of Swords. But here, you know, Three of Swords, many of you may recognize that card as a card of heartache, heartbreak. But here's just the way that it came out. It feels as though something is helping you perhaps recover from that if you were the one experiencing the Three of Swords. For some of you, it could be someone you are dealing with who may have been dealing with the Three of Swords energy, right? It doesn't necessarily, the cards in a reading don't necessarily reflect your personal energy. It can also be what you're picking up on when it comes to people that are around you. Who are you surrounded by? That's why they say you are the company you keep. So it's important to keep that in mind. And here, it might be a lover, sure. Might be someone you're in partnership with. Might be a close friend. Could be a Gemini or another air sign such as Libra. Doesn't have to be, of course, because mainly this really stands out for Gemini. But can also be a Libra or an Aquarius. Now, let's come back to the Ten of Pentacles. So it feels as though like this is replacing previous energy of hurt or pain, or it's definitely helping someone overcome a difficult aspect that you may have dealt with in the past, you or the other person. Because 10 of Pentacles is simply telling us that this opportunity is going to lead to extreme financial gain. Extreme financial gain, amazing rewards. This is something that if you can commit to, really truly commit to, not just take the initial, baby steps on your way there, but completely dedicate yourself to it and then bring it to fruition, it may just surprise you more than you can imagine. That is your 10 of Pentacles. Each of these pentacles representing the solid ground underneath your feet. Each of these pentacles representing the luxury incoming into your life. Each of these pentacles representing the wealth and abundance that are about to be present in your life. If you are to move forward, have that conversation, more than likely it's going to come to you. It's nothing that you have to initiate. Instead, just be aware of when it does come to you. Just be ready for it, because you're going to get this wonderful opening, right? You're going to get that. So you want to be ready for it. That's awesome. That's awesome, Aries. We also have here the Hanged Man and the Wheel of Fortune. Seriously, like the times are shifting for you, it feels. With the Hanged Man, it represents that perhaps there's a lot of a waiting period that may have been present. Just because it's fallen into place does not mean July will be a slow month. Instead, it's going to be a very opportunistic month for you. And having said that, the Hanged Man is also representing that perhaps you might want to give things, a thought, right? Think it over twice, in the sense that this will be almost like revolutionary for you. It's going to be a very dramatic change. And depending on which offer you accept, because this is multiple offers. This is enrolling in something new, of course, starting something new, shifting of something, but it could be anything, in the sense that there are multiple opportunities there for you. It is up to you to make that decision. Like, what do you want to do? Which direction do you wish to take? So that's what the Hanged Man is more so about. As we start off July over here, as we start off the month, the main, astrologically speaking, the main event that's happening is the Mercury retrograde, starting around the 7th of July. And that brings around this period of perhaps a little bit of a slowing down of things, or looking at things in a different way, under a different light. And especially 8th of July, we have Mercury in Leo, right? And Mars in Leo. So your sister sign, what does that mean for you? It means a huge, huge emphasis on the creation. On the creation of what? On the creation of your empire, on the creation of your kingdom, on the creation of your life, your lifestyle, your life partner, your life, whatever you want to kind of put into your life. That is, all of those things are basically going to be highlighted during the first 2 weeks of July. Bringing that energy forward, we're gonna have this amazing 16th of July where we have a full moon in Capricorn. And Capricorn is the polar opposite of that Cancerian energy. They're very opposite signs. And so that brings a little bit of a turbulence, but it looks like the turbulence is not you, it's a different energy, like someone else that you might be dealing with. And that is what this might be about. And perhaps that period of retrospection that might take place due to that Mercury retrograde. And on top of that, we're adding that full moon lunar eclipse that's going to happen. It's just a lot of balancing, you can say. And that is what we're seeing with the Hanged Man too, that balancing act. This is a good time, a good period to reflect on what may have come your way, so that you can decide how it is that you want to move forward, right? Really, truly, how do you want to move forward? Looking at things under a different light, we mentioned. We kind of talked about how this is going to be a revolutionary shift for you. It's going to be a little dramatic as well. It's Cancerian energy that we're dealing with. But why revolutionary? Because of the Wheel of Fortune, right? That Wheel of Fortune card giving this entire reading a complete shift in energy. Generally speaking, the Wheel of Fortune represents a very, very auspicious and a prosperous time. And the fact that the Three of Swords and the Hangman fell into place after these cards here is really truly indicating that whatever decision you end up making, whatever conversations you end up having, whatever direction you decide to undertake is truly going to lead you to a better place. This is a significant change. And for those of you that know about, the different levels of spirituality, once you start practicing spirituality, for example, there's different levels of consciousness that you become awakened to, you can say. There's that first level, second, third. Fourth level is the ultimate kind of beingness that you get to experience, where you realize that you truly are the creator of life. You truly are a deliberate creator, that you are the one who attracts things into your life, that you have the power to manifest. And this Wheel of Fortune is simply taking you through those different levels. And it's not to say, for those of you who know about what it is I'm talking about, you know that fourth level consciousness does not necessarily mean that you're not ever going to experience the first, second, and third level. They will always come right back, because life is a cycle. Life is a journey. Life is like a roller coaster. It's going to have its ups, it's going to have its downs, and the downs tell us exactly, if we have a heartbreak, for instance, it tells us, okay, this is something I do not want, right? It really does emphasize that. And then that makes you realize that, hey, now I know what I want. Maybe I was confused before, but now I know. But that's not to say that's, what may be happening. That's just an example for some of you that may have experienced that before, okay? Now, under the deck, Aries, Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups, the card of love, the card of romance. Notice how none of the cups came out in your general reading. We basically had 3 major arcana cards. All of them have a similar theme of decision making, thought pattern, and change. That's what these cards are about. And in more so, the focus is on pentacles. So it's on wealth, it's on the undertaking of a new project. Could be, for example, renovating at home or something, right? But then under the deck, there's Ace of Cups. What is that representing? There is a hint of focus on love. There is a hint of that. And it's really a part of you. Look at that, the Emperor card. That's your card, Aries. And as your card, it's reflecting the fact that there is something along the lines of love that perhaps you are either actively addressing in your thoughts, or your subconscious mind is focused on it, which means that you might not be aware of what exactly this is in regards to, who exactly this might be in regards to, but it's there, okay? It could be someone else approaching you with love, but it looks as though, yeah, could be, because you know what, if we take it right back to the Lovers card that we saw earlier, it's also about twin flames, soulmates, and telepathic communication. So the fact that it's Ace of Cups and the Emperor and then the King of Swords, someone might be trying to communicate with you telepathically. So that is also a possibility right there with these cards. And honestly, the cards aren't saying too much about where the relationship is headed or what exactly is going to happen. Instead, they are telling us that someone is trying to say something to you, but it's not out in the open yet. It's not clear. They might not have voiced their opinion about it. You might not even know who this is, or you might know who this is. Depends on who you call, your soulmate, if there's someone in your eyes, So that really depends. That's not what the reading was focusing on. But if you have questions in regards to that, I would recommend just getting a personal reading, just a quick love reading, for example. I do offer that service. And you can check my website for more information. That's impureguidance.com. And there's a lot of different services to please just about everyone. So I'm sure you'll find something that you like that will be in harmony with what you're looking for. And if you have questions, just email me, ask me, what is it that will suit your situation the best? Now, I'll just recommend something for you, okay? Now, let's move forward with the next deck. We have here the Enchanted Map Oracle cards, and these will help us summarize the entire energy that we were kind of focusing upon. Okay, dry desert. Again, that essence of time being slow, right? Things looking a little dry, not being where you want to be yet. But it's in the coming, it's in the process, it's becoming, because it is an opportunistic month. Your life is what you make of it, right? You can say no to everything, you can say yes to everything, you can attract something, you can talk about something, invite it into your life. That's all on you. And that is what this card is reminding you of. Even in the middle of a desert, one can find an oasis. Oasis of your soul is what is at stake over here, and it can become your reality, is in the process of becoming your reality. All you have to do is stay positive, stay happy, and just let it come into your life. That's the dry desert, okay? It's all about perspective, right? Takes you back to the Hanged Man as well. It's about shifting your perspective. If things don't look so bright, how can I look at that differently? How do I look at the situation differently to understand it better? Right? Give it a little nudge in towards a different direction. You have that control. You have that power. There is the Wheel of Fortune. Under the deck, Ace of Cups, the Emperor, King of Swords. Again, you might be dealing with, maybe you might be dealing with another Aries or a fire sign, such as Sagittarius or Leo, but it doesn't feel like that. I think this is just representing your energy and the focus and the vision that you might have for yourself, for love, what love means to you, what are your desires, right? Ace of Cups isn't just about relationships, although many times that is what it's about. It's about filling up your life with all the love, all the joy, all the happiness that you are searching for. And the more you bring your focus on that, the more you get to celebrate every single day of your life. Why? Because you are living the life of your dreams. Having said that, before we move forward, because I'm going to move forward with this particular deck right here, before we do, I would like to give you a quick preview slash sample of the customized affirmations that I offer. And before I speak any further and try to describe it to you, let me just showcase it right here, right now for you. So take a listen. I am energy. I am the moon and the stars. I am a physical being, a spiritual being. I am water and fire, a vibrational being. Mind is all there is. I am all seeing, all knowing. So Aries, how did you like the preview? If you liked it, you can always opt for getting a complete set of affirmations for yourself. The affirmations that I offer are very customized, so you can pick the topic of your choice. You can pick even particular words that you want in the affirmations, and I will write it for you and record it and then send it to you within 7 to 10 business days. And you notice that in the background I use binaural beats because I really want this to not just interact with your conscious mind, but to interact with your subconscious mind. A lot of our thinking happens there. If you think about, the iceberg model, for example, it shows you how the bulk, the majority of the ice, how it's under the water in the depth. That's where a lot of the processing is taking place. For those of you who are a believer in the law of attraction, well, guess what? That is where you want to be targeting your majority of your work. For example, if you want to shift something, change something in your life for yourself, or just feel better, you want to target your subconscious mind. How do you do that? Affirmations, they're a great tool. So let's give you some affirmations for the month of July, and you can use it as you like. That's what this deck is for. And see what happens. This is the Magical Times Empowerment cards. And let's focus in on your energy for the month of July, Aries, as well as the Cancer season, and see which card falls into place. Okay, all right, we have here the card of Dignity. Beautiful color, turquoise mixed with purple here. Take pride in yourself and all that you have become. Feel honored by your choices, achievements, and actions. It's an inspiring card. Let's read the affirmations that come with this card. And again, you can use it as you like, and you can always get custom affirmations if you feel like this particular affirmation isn't the one for you. But let's move forward. Dignity. Today, I acknowledge the luminous being that is my true self. I am a waking giant. I hear the call, rise up and take right action. I celebrate the eternal light that shines within me. I know the satisfaction of making right choices in life, and I live the rewards. Okay. Well, there we have it. That brings us to an end to your reading. Aries, if you have any questions, just remember that this reading can be applied to your sun, moon, and rising. So if you want something very specific to your situation, check out my website. I offer a lot of services, or maybe just get a quick, like a personal 10-minute reading. I'll be more than happy to work with you for that. Other than that, for those of you who need like urgent readings, I do offer 24-hour services as well. So that means you'll get the reading within 24 hours. And for that, again, you can just go ahead, head to the shop page of my website, and you can just purchase it whenever you want. Okay? All right, well, thank you. Don't forget to check out my merch. I will add a link here. I will add a link to the bottom as well in the description, along with the website and all the other information as well. So thank you. Have a great month, and I will see you in the next video.
Beauty, passion, ambition, love. I am pure guidance.